Okay, so let's go on to Diddy. I'm going to recap real quick the highlights of the grossness that I thought. Well, first, they had a really like average middle-aged white dude come testify. And I guess he was like Diddy's personal assistant from 2014 to 2015. And he corroborated everything that Cassie said and gave additional details. So, boom, she won lying. Then Cassie's mom gets on the stand, and it turns out that Diddy extorted her and her husband for $20,000. Now, you're a fucking billionaire, and these are regular people, just regular. And you're like, I need $20,000 or else I'm going to do damage to your daughter in some way, shape, or form. I would go refinance my house to pay this extortion fee as well. That's what they did. They pay him $20,000. And then he sends the $20,000 back a few months later, which means that the $20,000 was just a power play the entire time. This guy is so sick. He's so sick. Oh, yeah. He had a stash of all the freak off supplies in the hotel room in New York when he knew he was going to go turn himself in. So yesterday, Kid Cudi testified, and he testified that Diddy broke into his house. He had a female dog in the house that, usually just kind of roamed around. He found the female dog in the bathroom, and the dog was never the same. No visible injuries, no physical injuries, no intoxication. What could someone do to a dog, a girl dog, that would make that girl dog never be the same? If you're breaking into someone's house because they're sleeping with your girl, I'ma F your B. I think the dog. The dog went on to just like never be the same, just not have a good, like her personality was totally ruined. And then she died. What do you think he did to the dog, y'all? At first I was like, oh, maybe he drugged the dog. Maybe, because sometimes when dogs get anesthesia or stuff, it kind of changes them a little. It can change people too. But then I found out, no, they took the dog to the vet and there's no evidence of that. They said there were no injuries, visible injuries, no poisoning. What is left? Think of why Diddy is broken into that house, and think of the kind of man that extorts your girlfriend's regular parents for $20,000. What do you think that man is doing to that dog? I think that's what the jurors are going to think that he did. We're in New York City. Nobody is going to be nice about being rude to a dog. Like, you don't with dogs. I see dogs up and down the street when I walked over to get my press pass. These are the kind of liberals that love dogs. Like, this is not going to go. This is once a dog and the dog being different came out, it's over, bro. You're going to jail forever. You know how white people love their dogs. You know that. You know how middle-class white people are about dogs. I don't think there would be no face because she's a girl. People do stuff like that. I dated a guy who was a divorce attorney, and his dad had this woman come in, and she was like speaking in Spanish, and she said that her husband had slept with someone else, something else. And the dude was like, what? And she was like, la perra. And he thought she was talking about the bitch who was cheating with, but she was like, no, la perra, like the actual dog. So no face. You might be thinking about those people you see on a certain website, but most men, they're not going to damage the dog, sir. By Diddy's behavior, I can tell he's one of those men that ain't going to damage the dog. If he was dog damaging size, he wouldn't be such a freaking weirdo and power freak. I just, no face. I know you don't want to accept it. I know none of us want to accept it, but that's the only logical conclusion in this crazy situation. So that happened. Brian Steele cross-examined Cudi. I didn't hear much about the cross-examination, except that Steele got it out that Cassie played both Diddy and Cudi at the same time. I don't think that helps Diddy in any way. That does not help exonerate him in any way, shape, or form. So, All right, that's it, dude. I'm in New York. I'm gonna go on Tuesday. I'm gonna capture as much as I can, camera, phone, whatever. If people actually show up to the meet and greet, I'll live stream Tuesday evening from that. Okay. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for your subscribe. And I will see you again next week.